you effectively navigating your way through Excel? Because what I'm finding is a lot of recent graduates and even some of the less tech-savvy employees are using their mouse, which is just a far slower way of navigating through Excel. What you should be doing is using the hotkeys. And so I've got 3 tips for you today, which I'm going to show you. Tip number 1. So, when you've got lots of data on your spreadsheets, you don't want to be using your mouse to sort of scroll around and click around, just because when you're typing stuff and your hands are going from your keyboard back to your mouse, it just takes up a lot of time. So when you want to navigate to the end of a table or end of a section of data, what you want to do, rather than just clicking one cell at a time with the arrow keys, is you want to hold down the control button and then use the arrow keys. And so what this will do, the highlighted cell, the selected cell, will immediately jump to the next populated cell. So here we can see I'm jumping from text 2 to text 1, text 3, text 4. And where this is really useful is if you think you might have data somewhere else on the spreadsheet, but you can't figure out exactly where. You can just hold down Control and down again, and you can see here, in this case, there's actually text 5 at the bottom. Otherwise, you just wouldn't have been able to find it. So yeah, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2. So, if you've got lots of data on your spreadsheet, you want to be able to move around quite quickly. And what helps with this is zooming out and then zooming into the bit you want. So there is the feature here where you've got the minus sign and plus sign. So this is sort of the manual way of zooming in and out. And equally, you can also sort of type in the magnification you want. But this is just actually quite a long way of doing it. So what you want to do is you want to hold down the Control key, and then using the mouse wheel on your mouse, you want to zoom out and then zoom in when you want to. So for example, I don't know all the data on here, I can't really see what it looks like. So if I zoom all the way out, you can see, and oh my, that is embarrassing. But we can see Luke is cool. So yeah. Also what it's useful for is if you're looking around your spreadsheet and you think just there might be something else, or if you're just looking if it is actually clean, or if there's some of your workings to the side, it's quite useful for spotting it. So here we can see there's something. So if we zoom in, try to see what it is, we can see it's some tiny writing, quite literally. Yeah, so you'll be able to clean this up. And that's tip number 2. Tip number 3. So when it comes to editing some of the data in a table, we can combine our tip earlier of using Control and arrow keys, first of all to jump into the table, but then we can also add Shift to the mix. So Control Shift and then arrow keys, and it will just select everything, all the populated cells. And yeah, so first of all, we're going to add just grid lines, and then we're going to come to the top, and then we're going to do Control B to make it bold. Just come up here with then do fill, make the text white, and then we'll center it. And yeah, those are the 3 tips I've got for you for today.